From lip fillers to Botox, many of our Jamaican women are heading to the physicians to look younger. But what are some of the dangers lurking behind these procedures? Joining us now is founder of the Skin Lab Jamaica Limited and aesthetic physician, Dr. Karen Marie Sinclair. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning, Doc. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Before you tell us what people do, why did you get involved in this area?
So, aesthetic medicine. Okay. I got into aesthetics because of my own struggles with skincare. So when I was working at University Hospital, I had, a lot of acne issues. And honestly, during my senior house officer period where I'm to decide, what am I going to specialize in, I drew more towards that at the time because it was obstetrics, gynecology. But then because of my own troubles, and then when I started doing skincare, it literally changed my life. Yeah. So I said I want to, make people feel like how I felt, because there's so many people who struggle.
Yeah.
For want of a better word, how popular was it at the time when you started?
It was not very popular. It may have been popular in the States and Europe, but in the Caribbean, it was just starting to be a booming industry around that time, because I opened my practice during COVID, actually. During COVID.
I did read that, it's people looking younger, but from your own experience, it's not just about looking young too. It's about addressing issues with the skin.
Definitely.
And just being comfortable in how you look, no?
Yes, while we're here on Earth, why not show up as your best, So many persons have been more aware of, with social media. Come on. Social media plays a role. There's a lot of personal reasons as to why persons want to get cosmetic treatments as well, they're looking at, Doc, they come into my practice and they're like, Doc, I want this specific job. My face, I'm at the forefront of my job. I need to clear up my skin. I want to look better. I want to show up better, and it really helps them, right? They sometimes do actually get the job once, weddings, graduations, they want birthdays, they're getting older. And it's not only about treating anymore. Lots of people are doing it for preventative measures. Yeah.
What do you mean by preventative measures? What do you mean by, I know what
they don't have wrinkles yet.
Okay.
Or they may not have any major issues with the skin. Maybe a little sun damage and hyperpigmentation here and there. Yeah. But before it gets bad, they want to prevent it.
Yeah.
So they say, hey, Doc,
slow this down for me a bit.
Slow this down. Slow this down, exactly.
Yeah. Double barrel question. What is the most popular procedure? And is it a one-off lick and then you're going to your business, or have to come back every week, every month, every year? Okay.
How I'd answer this, and this is literally part of my brand, skincare is no longer just a luxury. It's something that should be done every single day. Remember, we weren't taught when we grew up. We would brush teeth, bathe, that's it. We weren't taught to, use a facial wash, moisturize, and sunscreen, which is very important. So the most common procedures that I would do in my practice would be like microneedling, chemical peels.
What is microneedling?
So microneedling, it's collagen induction therapy. It's a very big word, but to think of it is that collagen is the basis of our skin, right? So it makes up our skin. And we lose collagen as we age. So we want to build back up the collagen, right? So with microneedling, we use a specific device, right? And it creates these tiny holes in the skin. So tiny, that's why I call it micro needling, very tiny needles to create trauma. So it tricks the skin into healing. Oh. So when the skin heals now, it doesn't heal with blemish, it doesn't heal with dark marks and scars, it heals more smooth, so you have a more rejuvenated look, you look brighter, more refreshed, younger. So that's what microneedling is.
And that's the most popular one?
That's the most popular.
And is it a one-off operation?
When it comes to skincare, this is what I tell all my clients. Skincare, it's either you're in or you're out in a way. Right? And just like you do upkeep like hair and nails, skin has to be a part of that. And that's what I'm trying to literally promote. If you want to look and show up a particular way, it has to be this part of your lifestyle, just like you're bathing or going to the gym.
Okay, having said that, so how often?
So with a specific procedure, so it varies. So like with microneedling, you could get that every 4 to 6 weeks, right? It's a straightforward procedure for the most part, but it has to be done under, you know, a professional setting and sterile setting because you don't want any complications, right? When it comes to like Botox, for example, it's not permanent. It lasts literally 3 to 4 months. So many people still have that conception that once they get Botox, it's permanent, they're done.
So again, what is Botox?
So Botox it actually is a neurotoxin that causes muscle paralysis, right? So when you paralyze the muscle, for instance, if you have like lines on the forehead, that comes from repeated movement of a specific muscle called the frontalis. So it helps you to raise the brow, frown, all of these different things. And if you stop that from moving, stop that muscle from moving, you're less likely to develop wrinkles because it's less movement, you know?
So it doesn't ever move again?
It only lasts 3 months. 3 to 4 months, yeah.
Okay.
3 to 4 months.
Is that what we're talking about?
Oh, right there, yes, in that photo, yes. So it looks very simple, right? But you have to know a lot of the anatomy, the muscle groups, right? Where to inject it because you don't want complications of that muscle paralysis somewhere else. And you get a drooping eyelid and, you know, drooping eyelids or, you know, unintended muscle paralysis somewhere else and your face is like, and I think that's where like the bad misconceptions of Botox comes in because of some of the complications that could occur and it not being done by a professional.
I want to talk a little bit about that because even the lip fillers, you mentioned the Botox. How important is it that you get a professional to do these enhancements?
100% important. I think we are using, remember, we're making a break in the skin one. We're using a lot of bioactive substances that only really and truly a trained medical professional, a medical doctor should use. Because even to get some of these things, they want to see your practicing certificate.
Yes.
Right? They want to know, obviously, to prove, yes, you're a medical professional that's able to handle the use of these types of solutions, ingredients, injectables. So there's the black market where, you know, some of these procedures coincide with a lot of spa treatments. A lot of people mix it up, you know, oh, it's just a little, because there's a casual culture around it. You know what I'm saying? So, it's very, very important because some persons, if you just go to a spa, they're not trained to treat the complications like a medical professional. We are trained if they happen, and they're less likely to happen with a medical professional.
Yeah. Delia said at the top that we were going to talk about the dangers of these procedures. What are some of the dangers? Even if it is done by a professional.
Okay.
Well, obviously, if it is not done by a professional, that is danger in itself.
Where I'll start with that is that it's very rare. So it's not to scare anyone from doing these procedures. However, for example, filler, right? There's something called vascular occlusion with filler, where you can literally, again, goes back to being a professional and using the right technique. If you don't use the right technique and filler is injected into a blood vessel, it can cause blindness because the filler can actually move to the blood vessels in the eye, blocking that area of blood supply, right? In the face, again, if it goes into the blood vessel, that area has a lack of blood supply and can become necrotic, okay? Or dead tissue can start forming. Once again, if not done by a professional, we can pick it up very quickly. Oh my gosh, I made an error. Let's dissolve it quickly. Somebody who's not trained is not going to be able to pick up on the signs and symptoms to know what's the difference between normal side effects like just swelling, basic swelling, what to look out for. You know, a medical professional will be like, okay, the time span, this is still happening, something's wrong, come back in, let's dissolve it so it doesn't turn out to be like a catastrophic
That could sound like it could be dangerous.
But it can be, which is why I'm still reiterating professional letting it be done by a professional.
Yeah. There are so many other things, allergic reactions, headaches, flu-like symptoms.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. Because remember, everybody's anatomy
is so different. Even if it is done properly, you could have these.
Even if it's done properly, you can have, but it's rare. You understand? It's not like very common. Like common side effects will be like what's normal after getting any form of procedure. Even if you get blood drawn, there's a little swelling, there's a little redness, but it goes down, you know, eventually. So there are the normal common side effects that goes away with.
But it's not going to kill you?
But nothing that will kill you, because basic swelling after lip filler is normal. It just goes down after a few days. Yeah.
All right. Well explained. Thanks for coming.
Of course. Yeah, that's blessings. It. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Blessings.
All righty.
Are you Jamaican, by the way?
Trinidad, yeah.
I kind of pick it up, but...
yes, Trinidad.
I was going to say, oh, good. Founder of the Skin Lab Jamaica Limited and aesthetic physician, Dr. Karen Marie St. Clair. 10 minutes to your health. We do it again next Thursday.